Hello again, welcome back to Paganism Today. I am your host, Heartsfane. I have added a Google Plus account as well as a Blogger account. The Google Plus account would be for networking, anybody that wanted to follow the progress of the show, things like that, while the Blogger account would be more for show notes, additional links, so on and so forth. I have included both of these links in the More Info section, so if you want to check those out, it'd be totally awesome. Okay, so I thought that in order to address the different views, thoughts, and beliefs within paganism, we should first define what a pagan is, and therefore what paganism is. So I did some searching, and I found out that we are not only uncivilized, but irreligious. I know, I had no idea either. Crazy, huh? Well, from Merriam-Webster.com, we are defined as, number 1, heathen, a follower of a polytheistic religion, such as in ancient Rome. 2, as one who has little or no religion, and who delights in sexual pleasures and material goods. Or, comma, an irreligious person. And 3rd, a neo-pagan. So I had to find out what a heathen was. Defined, first off, of or related to heathens, their religion or their custom. 2, strange and uncivilized. Okay, so let's go on to heathens. An unconverted member of a people or nation that does not acknowledge the God of the Bible. An uncivilized or irreligious person. So let's step back. Find out what a neo-pagan is. A neo-pagan is a person who practices a contemporary form of paganism, such as Wicca. So, from the top, we are uncivilized, unconverted, godless, polytheistic, entirely sexual, and materialistic practitioners of a contemporary form of the same thing. Huh? Well, as you see, I had to go and find a better definition. Amazingly enough, Wikipedia had a fairly decent definition. Paganism, from the Latin paganus, meaning country dweller or rustic. Well, that doesn't define anything, does it? No, it's just history. But it goes on to say that paganism is a blanket term typically used to refer to any non-Abrahamic religion. So that would mean that would include Christianity, Judaism, Islam, and the article goes on to further it and talk about how it doesn't include Eastern religions such as Taoism, Hinduism, Buddhism, things of that nature. So I went to All Spirituality. That's allspirituality.org. And they said that paganism is a broad term for anything that is non-Christian, Judo, Islamic, or Eastern, which would also include Hinduism and Buddhism. So the definitions are pretty close to the same. Amazingly enough, this is a good way to narrow it down, but we're not quite there. So, while you chew on that little morsel of information, I'm going to take a break and let you hear from a couple of my friends. So, yeah.
Hi, this is Chris Orpella from The Infinite and the Beyond. The Infinite and the Beyond is an esoteric podcast for the introspective pagan mind. Join us as we explore a variety of topics that relate to life and one's unique spiritual journey. Episodes center on paganism, the occult, parapsychology, science, society, and culture in the 21st century. We can be found at www.infinite-beyond.com. From there you can contact the show directly, visit our forum, and find links for the show and where we can be found online for you to subscribe and download. I hope to be hearing from you soon. Mary Part, Blessed Be, and 93.
Don't forget to check out Yggdrablog, where Elizabeth J. Stalix honors her gods with poetry and knitted runes, which I think are really fascinating. I am truly sorry for any mispronunciations, as I am not entirely sure how to pronounce that. But links for both her blog and Google Plus page will be included in the show notes, so please, show some pagan love and check it out.
First of all, let's not call it a fucking religion. It's not a religion. It's a bunch of kids that like to wear mascara regardless of sex, and have stupid hairdos and like pants with a bunch of chains and shit sticking out of them, and they like to talk in this really morose fucking voice where nothing really matters.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too.
I decided to do the last part of this episode with me showing, as I feel that something so personal should be able to see the eyes and the honesty of the person telling you. I don't think it's very okay to try to expect you to read it off of a slide and understand my feelings about it, so as you can tell, the media views of us are either that we're evil or childish, or evil and childish, or foolish, or seeking power, or somehow evil and supernatural and not exactly human anymore. The media views us like we are no longer one of them, which is a bit of an extreme, but you get the feeling whenever you talk to somebody who has a disagreement with paganism that they don't really respect you. And I've gotten that feeling. I don't know about anybody else. I've also had about the same amount of people come up to me and say, "Good for you, you're a pagan. Awesome." Sadly, the latter is not so outstanding. You always remember the bad times, never the good kind of thing. I would tell you that the definition of paganism is simple and it should be easily defined, but the fact of the matter is paganism is a blanket term. And essentially what that means is it's like grouping all monotheists together and expecting them to be able to have a good definition of everything that they believe. Where paganism is not only polytheism, but monotheism. It could even be agrotheism or pantheism. You know, it's not so simple. It would be the same thing as if I gave you a rock and I told you to define that stone, that specific stone. The definition would be simple. It would be a stone. It would be this color. It would be this size with these contours in this crystal form or this non-crystal form. Whereas if I told you to define every stone on the planet with a single definition, you probably would laugh at me. It's not just that easy. Paganism is best explained by the person experiencing it. Just like every person's walk is different, whether it's Christian, Buddhist, Catholic, pagan, Wiccan, Druid, Satanist, Luciferian, all the 15,000 different ways you can view religion. It's all in perspective of the person doing it. Essentially, paganism breaks down to a person by person, where one person may believe A, the other person believes C and D, and then you have somebody that believes A and M, and everything in between. That doesn't make anybody's beliefs less valid. Simply because I don't take a Jesus pill or have a holy book doesn't mean that my beliefs are more powerful or less powerful than yours. And I think that the respect is more than anything what most pagans want out of it. And some of us become assholes about it because we're just so tired of being called godless heathens and, you know, the joke about dancing naked to bonfires, although that's kind of fun sometimes. Anyway, it's all about perspective and being able to see another person instead of seeing the label that's been put over their head. So, on that note, don't forget to check the more info, look up the blog, look up the Google+. If that's what you're feeling, I by all means would not complain about getting a little popularity. On the other hand, if I don't, shit happens. Thank you for listening. Hope, peace, love, and honor.